Starlit sky lit up your eyes. I could barely breathe no matter how I tried. I held you close.
Guys, I recorded a whole 19-minute video. Of my last conclusion of my miscarriages. You can believe that I had the mic turned off this whole time? I know you guys know how mad I am right now. I am like, I have 19 whole minutes I sat here and talk about all these things, and it's not even like, seriously, what is up with that? Oh my gosh, I am like, oh, I just cannot. I can't. So I will go on YouTube and see if I can figure out a way in how, if, I don't know, I hope to God there's something like this out there where I can actually pull some audio from somewhere and try to get it there. I don't know. If not, I gotta work with this video. This is crazy. Oh, what did I even say? I cannot remember. I can't remember. Oh, no, this is annoying. What did I say? Alright, let's see. I said the way that I cope with my miscarriages is to remember that, first of all, is to forgive myself. I have to forgive myself and remind myself that I am not inadequate because of the experience that you had. I also lived my kids. My kids are my kids, and I experienced every single thing to do with my kids. And I remember the names because I named them, and I also remember their birthdays. And when their birthdays come around, I will also celebrate and remember it and give thanks and talk to them. I speak to them as if they're here. And I also remember that I tried not to remember the bad days but the good days, because before that one bad day of a few hours, I also had weeks and months of greatness with them, of experiencing their personalities, experiencing their presence, and being blessed to know that they chose me to be their mom in that period of time. So I was so very grateful for that experience. And I also did not shy away from having open dialogue with my mate when it came to the kids. We avoid people and their children for a while, and I know some of you know what I mean. Having to see other people with the kids actually rubbed you a little way, in terms of what if my kids were here, what if that. But instead of we having a what if and leaving it at a what if, when we do have a what if, like, I wonder if one of the kids were here and they did something like that, what we would have done. And then we would actually elaborate. We were like, well, if they were here, you would have done that, and I would have done it, and I would have responded that way. And that's how we go through that. We actually speak about it as if they were here. And for me, they taught me how to love. Having to go through that experience, I was a girl who never really loved anyone. I thought I did, but I didn't, until I experienced carrying those kids. And they taught me how to open my heart. They taught me how to love a person without forcing my ideals on them. They taught me how to love a person without fear. And they taught me how to love a person enough to want to see them develop into something beautiful without any influence from me at all, but just guidance. And with them teaching me how to love, I was able to love people in my area genuinely. And for the first time, I realized I didn't really love a lot of people, and I didn't even love them genuinely. I was just a part of the quota of I love you. And they taught me that. They taught me how to love beautifully. And that is why when I do think about them and I speak about them, I don't just remember them for the sad and the painful moments. I remember them for them developing me into this woman that I am today, and for me to be able to live me from who I used to hide. I used to hide this woman in front of you because I thought that people wouldn't be able to accept my quirkiness, my excessive annoyance and my excessive craziness, and I used to hide her and try to be a bit more serious because that's what the world was, serious. And I decided, you're not serious. You are the person who laugh at the craziest things, laugh at the gore, according to Twilight. And you are a person who genuinely like people, but is so afraid of people hurting you or misunderstanding this bold, straightforward craziness that you are, that you hide her. So I stopped that. I start to be me, because at the end of the day, if I hadn't decided to done that, if I did have one of the kids, who would you have been to them? Is what I used to ask myself. So with that, I start to blossom and bring her out and to expose her to the world. And I'm so happy that I had a mate was um who is similar to me, but also did not judge my quirky craziness that I had. He accept her. And I'm so very grateful that he did, and I accept him. He taught me to laugh, and he taught me to stop looking at life so seriously. And then with that, now when I did have the kids, I'm like, okay, you know what, you cannot be one of those moms who are so strict. You have to be able to let yourself live, because I mean, their father does that, and what are you going to be doing? So I was like, you kind of strict, so you kind of gotta calm me down a little. So they taught me to not be who I used to be, and that is how I cope with them, and that is how I see them. I see them as a growing path in my life instead of an inadequacy or a broken woman or a woman who can't bear children properly. Instead of seeing myself that way, I saw myself as a woman who goes through trials and comes through those trials with a crown on and ready for the next trial. And being able to learn from it and do different in the next scenario. So for the coming children, because we are planning to have kids again, we are going to be very much prepared, but we are not having kids right now. We are both healing, because what I find in the miscarriage world, I should call it, I want to call it that, so we're going to call it the miscarriage world. What I find in the miscarriage world is that a lot of people forget that the fathers also go through things, and the father was also there on the journey. Because one thing with my boyfriend, he was always there every minute and second of all of my pregnancy. He was completely present in every single one of them. He would leave work and come to ultrasounds, come to doctor's appointment. He was constantly there. So when I had my miscarriages, he had his miscarriages also. So when he needed a floor to speak and to express himself about whatever emotion he might have felt and maybe feeling after the kids, I give him that floor for him to speak and express himself. Because when I needed a floor to be able to cry and to be able to say 6 months later, oh my gosh, I missed this, I missed one of the kids, or whatever the case is, he gave me a floor. And me being able to give him the floor to express himself and not say, well, you're a man, you did not experience this with me, or you did not go through the emotion. I did not shun that, because at the end of the day, I saw what an impact losing the kids had on him as it did on me. And he went through the emotion the same exact way I did. The only thing that he might have not experienced was the actual birth, but that does not shy away from the pain that he would have felt, and the memory that he would have had with the kids, and the connection that he would have had with the kids. So I also was able to heal with my mate, because he was man enough to show me the emotional side of him, to say, well, you know, if a man have a, for example, if a man have or go through a loss of his kid, he would then shut down or say, well, don't worry, it's okay, whatever. He didn't do that. He felt it, he cried, he went through that emotion with me, and he speak about them the same way. So whenever he see a kid and I see a kid, we both get the same reaction, like, damn, well, you know, whatever the case is. So I was very grateful for him for showing me that side of him, because it also made me want to be able to open up and show that side of me too, without feeling like judged. You know what I mean? I was able to cry and heal without him without me thinking, he would be like, oh yeah, it's your fault, or you constantly losing the kids is nothing to do with me, or whatever. He didn't one day say those things or felt that way towards me. So my healing had a lot to do with how I decided to process this situation, with the good memories of the kids and what would have been if they were here of the kids. I don't I don't feel emotional as emotional about them as I used to. I would feel emotional about it because of the last child, and well, you can understand why, because for a mother to sit there and watch her child die, it is not something easy. So I do feel a bit emotional about that, but also with my last child, I did have an amazing pregnancy and an amazing experience. So I also choose to live by that. I have healed from them, and in terms of the debts, I have healed, and but I have not forgotten. And I will not say that if anytime I do sit down within amongst my queens or sisters and decide to share or swap stories about the kids or whatever the case is, I wouldn't shed a tear or I wouldn't cry. Of course I'll get emotional. They were my kids. So yeah, I'll get emotional. But people always think, oh well, you heal and you don't cry about things. Oh come on, that's a bunch of bullshit. You cry about stuff. It's a part of you. It is your feeling. Healing doesn't be like, for some people, if they heal, they heal. The womb is there. The woman's healed, but you still see the scar. Well, yeah, I have scar from my kids, but not the scar is not as bad as if I do think about them or whatever, I bottle up in pain, or I did want to kill myself type of thing. No, it is not that type of scar. It is still a scar of pain, like, oh, you're not here with me, but you are here with me in memories and proof, well, not proof, of videos and evidence of your presence being here. So I relish in those things. So if I do miss them, I would go back to some videos and smile at myself. I will go back to the video of me recording him saying, hey, I'm pregnant, and of us experiencing that, of the laugh we've had together. Those are the memories that I choose to dwell on instead of dwelling on they died, this was the experience, whatever. I don't. It is an injustice for you to sit down and dwell on memories of your kids on the day that they die. Like, what is that? What happened to the weeks and months before that? It does not count. You know what I mean? So do not do that to you or them. If you want to do it to you, do it to you. But then still gonna think about yourself, like, is it injustice to want to sit down and say, well, they died and this is what it is? Like, yeah, they were alive once. Like, remember that too. You know, you can't just sit down and think about that day and then use that day to then make yourself feel bad. I choose not to use the day that my kids died to make me feel bad. Honestly, I've done that enough. I don't need to do that anymore, and I don't need to do that to their memories anymore. They were here, and there were times that I was so very happy that they were here, and I felt them, and I was so happy to feel them, even though, well, you know women how it be when the babies decide to go where they're not supposed to go. Those are the times that we didn't be happy. But apart from that, I was very, very happy that they were here. So yeah, I will live on those happy memories for a very long time, and I will live my kids. My kids are here, they were here, they are here, they are here, and I will live them completely. I know exactly how old they are or how old they would have been. I know when they were born, the time they were born, every single thing. I remember that, and those are the things that I choose to have. And every single year, like how everyone have a birthday for their child, I also have a birthday for my children, because that's how I choose to cope with my kids and to heal. And I am telling you, it has done me great from how it looks, because I know a lot of women who wouldn't be able to sit down and talk about their kids without breaking down and going over and being able to like throw things to the wall and cut the videos halfway and then come back again. I love my kids enough to want to be happy for them, and that is what mommy will be doing, be happy. And I know that they wouldn't want any different, because I wouldn't want any different for them. And if I told my boyfriend that if it's so that I died during childbirth, choose my kid and give my child a chance to live. I have lived, I have had experience in life. I'm good. You know what I mean? And if I can think that way and my child's a part of me, I sure my child think that way. So I know that my kids wouldn't want their moms and dad to be happy, to be unhappy. So I choose to be happy for them, and I choose not to be unhappy for them. It is not deserving of their memories and presence. Well, I hope that you enjoy the videos that I made, and I thank you so much for coming on this journey, and I thank you so much for giving me a bit of your energy and allowing me to put some of my painful energy onto you. I really am very grateful that you sat through sat through those memories and took it onto you, because I know that hearing another person's sad story, what it can do to you emotionally, and I am so very grateful for you watching that. Thank you so very much, and I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you learn something from this, especially my women and men. And I also want to remind my females that your men also experience miscarriage too, so please be a bit more understanding to their pain, and also give them a shoulder to be able to cry on, and to be able to say, for them to express that they also felt the pain that you're feeling. It may not be the same exact thing, it is never the same exact thing, but at the end of the day it boils down to them actually feeling pain. So please, women, when your men or your mate go through a miscarriage with you, give them a space to express. And men, give your woman a board to express herself, to be able to say, I miss my child. And even if she comes 3 years later and bawling in your arms and say, I miss the kid, give her that space, because she is a mom and she's a woman. And women, give men their space to express themselves. Do not take that pain away from them. Give them an environment to freely express themselves. And what is more safer than coming to your woman who you both just along lose a being together and say, I miss my being, or I don't know what to think, or whatever emotion they might have expressed. Accept that and go through that with them, for the love of God. It is not so much to ask. Men also feel pain, and men also feel the miscarriages too. So please give them a platform. With me saying all of that, thank you for coming to my page again. Thank you so much for watching this series, this miscarriage series. And please let me know what your awesome is. Put your awesome here. Well, no, put your awesome below there. And I will put my awesome here and let you see what my awesome is today. And I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I hope that I am giving you, or I will return your good energy that you came to my page with and watch this video. I will return it to you as you have collected my negative energy that I give to you during this series. So thank you so much, and I return your good energy. I want you to have a fantastic day. Remember, love you, like you, love other people, and have a fantastic day. I thank you for coming to my page. Have a great day. Yes, you. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope that you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for coming to my page. So I would like for you to subscribe, and I also want you to watch the last video, and I hope that you enjoy everything on my channel. Thank you.